You're getting clicks, you're spending money, and somehow your Amazon payouts are getting worse. That's the Amazon death march. And it usually happens when the right tactics get executed in the wrong order. I'm Sean Farrington. I've helped over 100 brands launch and scale on Amazon. And in this video, I'm going to show you the sequence we use to take Layla Luna from almost no Amazon traction to over $100,000 a month in just 90 days. Because over the years, I found too many brands that think they have a traffic problem, but they don't. 9 times out of 10, they've messed up the sequence, and now they're trying to patch it up with advertising. And the problem often starts when founders ask, what should I do? But the better question is, what should I do first? The correct order is simple: clarity, positioning, conversion, traffic, scale. Get that wrong and ads become expensive CPR on a listing that Amazon has already pronounced as dead. Because look, Amazon ads are an amplifier, but if nothing's working, they're amplifying a broken system. And here's the crazy part. Amazon has no idea whether your product is good or bad. Amazon only knows if shoppers buy it. So every click becomes a vote, and every sale becomes a signal, and every bounce tells Amazon to send the next shopper somewhere else. And every day your ads are running, and every day Amazon is collecting money, and every day you're teaching Amazon that your shoppers don't want your product. That's the beginning of the Amazon death march. Layla Luna is a perfect example. The owners spent gobs of time and energy launching their successful clothing line onto Amazon. But then they were shocked when sales were non-existent. And like most brands, the natural assumption was, we need more traffic. And of course, the team agreed that more ads would probably solve the problem. Or more keywords would solve it, and definitely more impressions would solve it. So they threw some rocket fuel into the marketing mix in the form of paid ads. But all they ended up with was a bonfire fueled by their gross margins. And look, if you just think you can take your presence on Amazon and just throw money into ads and win, you or your CFO are going to get very upset. Because for Layla Luna, traffic wasn't the problem. The foundation was. So we fixed the foundation first, then we scaled. And within 90 days, sales grew 1,139%. And a product line went from zero to over $100,000 a month. Not because of some PPC trick, but because we fixed the sequence. And here's what no one's talking about. Amazon is watching you, but not like you think. They're watching just a few key areas. And what Amazon actually wants to know is, if they send you a shopper, are you going to convert? If you convert, Amazon gets paid. If you don't, Amazon gets nothing. So they're going to give the traffic to the listing that is most likely to get the sale. That's it. That's the whole game. Amazon is not a search engine. Amazon is a conversion machine, and it allocates traffic preferentially to listings that make money for Amazon. So the listings that earn the sale by converting the shopper, they get the free traffic. And without this free traffic, Amazon ads will feel like a slow, plodding death march. So what does this sequence actually mean? Clarity means understanding what buyers actually care about. And we're talking on a deeply emotional, visceral level. Positioning means communicating those pains, frustrations, and the desired outcomes better than our competition. Think transformational stories about where they're stuck now versus the ideal future that awaits them. Conversions simply mean turning shoppers into buyers, and traffic means earning visibility. Only then do you scale. But most sellers try to start with traffic, and that's why they end up in the death march. But before you touch ads, you need to be honest and answer 2 questions. Critical question number 1, is my listing actually converting? And to know that, you have to know what your unit session percentage is. Look, most sellers don't even know that this number exists, but Amazon does. And it watches your unit session percentage like a hawk, because your unit session percentage tells Amazon exactly how many shoppers you're turning into buyers. Think about it this way. If 100 people visit your listing and only 3 buy, you don't have an advertising problem. you have a conversion problem. Driving another 1,000 visitors to that listing doesn't fix your issues. It just makes the leak bigger. Now, if you don't know where to find your unit session percentage, don't worry, I got you covered. The bottleneck decoder has the answers. You can just type any question into the Amazon bottleneck decoder and get an answer. Hey, Amazon bottleneck decoder, where do I find my unit session percentage? Or is this a good unit session percentage? I'll provide the link below. Go ahead and bookmark that link. Now, critical question number 2. Am I showing up organically? Meaning, am I showing up without paid ads? And am I doing it for good buyer keywords? If the answer to that question is no, then fixing your ads is not your next move. Fixing your foundation is. And look, foundation work isn't glamorous. Sometimes it's mining through customer reviews and discovering that customers don't actually care about the features that you're presenting to them. They care about fears and frustrations and desired outcomes. The language that buyers use is often sitting right there on Amazon waiting to be discovered. That's foundation work, and it's dirty work. No one really likes it. And ambitious brand owners, especially ones suffering with past Amazon frustrations, they find this work boring and drudgery, and it takes way too long. It's kind of like driving by a construction site where there's going to be a new high-rise building, and there's just a hole and some dirt. And there's been a hole there for 6 months, and it looks like nothing is happening. Then all of a sudden, the building goes up fast. That big gaping hole, that foundation work that's down in there, that's the work that needs to be done first. It's the invisible foundation that determines how fast and how high everything from there scales. Because if your listing doesn't convert, ads won't fix it. If your positioning is muddy, ads amplify confusion. If your conversion is weak, ads buy more bounces. But if your foundation is strong, ads become fuel. And that's the difference between a death march and a flywheel. And that's the sequence we built for Lelo Luna. And the results, 1,139% growth in 3 months and a new $1 million sales channel. But here's the question this probably creates. If sequence matters, where is mine broken? Again, the Amazon bottleneck decoder to the rescue. It's a free 2-minute diagnostic that helps you identify what's actually slowing your growth in your business, whether it's traffic, click-through rate, conversion rate, or even PPC efficiency. But one problem I'm seeing right now is that too many brands are getting stuck on the launch pad. And it's often silly things that are holding them back. That's why I created this video right here. Click that and I'll show you exactly what to build in what order to guarantee launch success with real results.